Coach, I know Tuesday you're talking about just not a lot of great at-bats. It seemed like when y'all got runners on, there was some pretty good approaches up there.
Yeah, they've got some really good pitchers. I mean, some really good pitchers. You know, and a variety of pitchers. They had the guy with the really good breaking ball that threw a lot of breaking balls, had the big lefty. But yeah, we put together a lot of good at-bats. We never got the super big hit, you know, when we had the bases loaded and maybe no outs or whatever it was in one inning. But we put together enough good at-bats. Shaw had the sac fly, I think, or Appel had one. Appel had one. But yeah, we put together enough at-bats. It's just weird night, you know. It just felt like, obviously Auburn's got a really good team. We have been playing really good defense, but we just gave up a lot of free bases, and thankfully we only gave up the one homer to Irish, and he's such a good player.
A game like this, you talk all week about how it's hard to win games but easy to lose games. How does this game reinforce to your club?
Yeah, I was talking to Coach earlier. Even though we had the lead a lot of the game, I never felt like we had control of the game. Ashenbeck, obviously. I mean, what more can be said about the guy than has already been said? You know, the biggest decision I have to make all weekend, every weekend, is when are we going to use him? And you know, that's why we're always on Fridays we're trying to do it with somebody else in the middle of the game. If Prager he wasn't bad, but he just wasn't as crisp. I thought Chris actually threw decent, got us out of the big jam in the inning that he came in, then gave up a tough hit. The walk was the biggest, that was the toughest at bat of the inning. It was just a good ball game, but I just felt like that was the time right there, middle of the line. I think we were towards the middle of the lineup, whatever. Ashenbeck came in, but that's just the biggest decision. Then once you get the lead, then you burn them. I can't imagine him maybe being able to give us an out or something on Sunday, or Saturday, but we fired our bullet right there. So some other pitchers better be stepping up.
It would have hard to believe that you'd have many guys, at least in recent history in your career, that has 4 inning saves already.
He's all-time pitcher. He's all-time pitcher. Like when you're a kid, he's all-time pitcher. So, I mean, seriously. I mean, I had one at TCU like that. Trey Teakle did that for us on a couple World Series teams. Palish could have been that guy. We used him short or more, but he definitely could have been. He was that kind of pitcher on that World Series team in '22. Ashenbeck can do anything, but he can't pitch again tomorrow. That's for sure. So you got to take the win when you can get the win, and we'll worry about tomorrow.
Was there any particular message to Ashenbeck when you brought him in the sixth with bases loaded?
No. I mean, it's just, hey man, just make sure you know who you got if you get a comebacker. So you got to punch out, and then got the double play ball. I don't know, Ali. I don't know if he had a bad grip or something, but Evan did great, and then he didn't give up the go-ahead run, and he did awesome, as he always does.
A couple back-to-back really nice nights for Hayden Shaw, and then Ali Camarillo's continued resurgence at the plate. What have you seen from both of those guys as they fought through some things and are starting to reemerge? Yeah,
I think Shot's really, both of them have worked hard with Mike. We've had some good talks with Ali about the greatest trait a player can have is self-awareness, right? The best players, I mean, other than their talent, is they got to know who they are, and sometimes as a young player, you think you're one thing and you're really something else. And so we've had that conversation with Ali, and I think he's bought into it now. And then Shot, just a matter of, some mechanical things and swinging at strikes. There's, as I said to him after, who did we play, Prairie View or something, I said, hey buddy, like no one hits the pitches you're swinging at. Everybody, a lot of young players worry about their swing more than worry about the pitches they're swinging at. So I think he's getting better pitches and staying on the ball when he doesn't need to try to be a big bopper like Lavalette and Montgomery, because he's not. He needs to be more Jack Moss and hit the ball the other way and stay on baseballs, and then he'll hit his occasional homer like he did tonight. But yeah, he's a good player.
3 more hits for him tonight. What do you make of this start to see play that Gavin Grahovac's off to?
Yeah, I mean, he's a superstar. He's a big leaguer. He's to stay healthy and keep getting better and fight through stay neutral, and when he does have some bad days. But I mean, what young right-handed hitter do you remember using the whole field like that? I mean, shooting balls through the 4-hole and then hitting balls from left center field fence. I mean, that's a real player, and that's what they look like when a guy can use the entire field to hit.
What did you see from Prager tonight, and what went into the decision to go get the hook?
I think he was just, wasn't very crisp. They were seeing it pretty good. Wasn't a horrible night, but just one. It was one of, you know, I always say if you have 10 starts, 2 of them are going to be horrible, like he was. You know, he just was bad at Florida. 2 are going to be elite, and he's had a couple of those. And then it's the remaining 6 where you're just okay. Can you keep your team in the game? And that's what a good pitcher does. He kept us in the game, and then when he hit a wall, we just went to the next guy. All right.